Okay, so our aim today is how do we simplify polynomials? So our goal today is to put everything together that we've learned so far in the packet since we've been out of school. So our key thing today is to go over some reminders that are going to be helpful to do today's classwork and tomorrow's classwork. So here are some key reminders. This is directly from your packet. This is a direct copy. So I'm going to have the same words that you'll need to write in your packet. So what a sum means, when I see sum, that means I'll be adding. When I see different, that means that I will be subtracting. Difference means subtract. Product means to multiply. Twice means I'm multiplying by 2. And this also works if I think about triple, which is times 3, quadruple, I don't know how to spell quadruple, I'm going to sound it out, equals times 4. If I have subtraction outside of my parentheses, that's going to tell me to distribute a -1. Like terms have to have the same variable and exponent. So that would mean something like 3x squared and -x squared. Those are like terms. When you multiply terms with exponents that have the same base, our rule that we made for this is to add the exponents. So before we move on to our example at the bottom of the page, I want to talk very briefly about something that comes up when we talk about difference. So there's a key topic when we talked about subtraction of polynomials, and that was the word when we talked about subtracted from. So when I have something that says subtracted from, let's talk about an example. I have 3x squared plus 4x is subtracted from 5x squared plus 6x. So let's talk about this little example right here. So when I say that 3x squared plus 4x is subtracted from 5x squared plus 6x, the way that I want to set this up is actually 5x squared plus 6x on top, or 5x squared plus 6x first, and distributing that -1. The reason for that is that I'm taking this away from 5x squared plus 6x. So that means that I have to subtract the 3x squared plus 4x from 5x squared plus 6x. That has to come out of 5x squared plus 6x. So that means my second expression has to go on top or in front. And this is very different from, let's say I gave you a question. Well, we can go down to our example now. So if I look at my example, I'm simplifying this expression. This and this 8g plus 3 is being subtracted from 2 times 3g minus 4. So I'm putting this on top. I'm putting this 3g minus 4 on top. So let's actually try and do this. I'm going to rewrite down here 2 times 3g minus 4 minus 8g plus 3. Now we know that this negative is actually a -1. We can write it like that. Or there's another option. The other option is, well, let's actually finish this first. So the first thing I need to do is distribute this 2 and distribute this -1. So 2 times 3g is 6g, 2 times a -4 is -8, -1 times 8g is -8g, -1 times 3 is -3. So this strategy that we're using here is distribute a -1. I need to now combine my like terms, so my g's need to go together, and my terms without g, or without a variable, need to go together. So my 6g and my 8g go together, and my 8 and a 3 go together. So let's combine our like terms. So 6g minus 8g is minus 2g, and then -8 minus 3 is -11, and that's our final answer. However, if you are more comfortable with lining something up, there's another option. My first thing to do would still be to multiply this 2 out. So let's say I want to line up and subtract. I'm first going to break apart. Let's just start with this 3g minus 4. So I still needed to distribute this. So 2 times 3g, I already know is 6g, and 2 times -4 is -8. But now what I can do is line up this term, with the other one in parentheses. So I can line up 6g minus 8g, and then subtract 8g plus 3 from that. So let's make sure we get the right answer. 6g minus 8g is -2g, and then -8 minus a +3 is -11, and I still get the same exact answer.